First of all, what we not about to do is do this video ashy. What's up, Grandma family? It's your man, Grandma J here, coming at y'all with this video. Not even overdue. I'm actually on time. Let's go. Alright, so today is December 18th, 2021, and it marks my 1 year anniversary. I don't know too much about the company history. I didn't really tap into that side of things, but I do know that we have a number of different options. If you want to do reefer, if you want to be regional, if you want to be local, if you want to do drive-in, owner-op, we have so many different avenues besides flatbed that you might like. Like I say all the time, I'm out of Burlington, New Jersey. Driver code MURV, shameless plug if you want to use me, if you decide to come over here. I don't know specifically all of our terminal locations, but I do know we have a few drop yards and a couple locations, from Maryland on up. Our main terminal is in Helithorpe, which is like the Baltimore area. My terminal is in Burlington, New Jersey. We have a terminal up in Massachusetts, and we have some drop yards around, around the northeastern. Main position is dedicated BJS local. I do have a list right here to keep me in check so I don't go rambling on, but my position in summary is BJ's dedicated local. I'll run night shift. I start my shift at 8 p.m. I was offered to drive day shift, but I declined because I knew me and I know what I can handle and what I can't and what I want to deal with. And the things that come with daytime is just something I didn't want to deal with. They also had an account that was different from that started off at like $25 an hour. But I was originally going to go with that one until they told me you would have different start times each night. And I wanted something that would be more consistent. So when they told me they had an 8 p.m., I jumped on it. I also jumped on this position nighttime because it was $1 extra. And I've been doing this nighttime thing for a whole year now. I started off my position at $23.50. And 4 months into my position, I got a $1.25 raise. So I currently make $24.75 an hour. I get a $5 incentive, $5 per hour incentive for going to the New York boroughs, for going to the boroughs. So on a day when I go to the borough, like Brooklyn, Queens, or something like that, I make $29.75 an hour for that day, which is an added perk. I've not only done BJ's, I've done Dr. Pepper, Keurig, I've done Target, I've done CNS, but my main position is just drive-in, drop and hook, sometimes with the BJ's. It used to be 90%. It used to be a higher rate of drop and hook, but lately, as I've gotten more and more into the year, it's slowly becoming a lot of live unloads. And so I would say that the screenshot that I'm going to post of my position explaining what was being asked of you is about correct. 80% of the time now is drop and hook, but when I first started, it was a lot of drop and hook, like 90% of the time. So that's the explanation of my position. Equipment. Now, they do have newer equipment, but newer trucks go to vet drivers. I'm not gonna say that I drive super trash trucks, but some of the trucks you just be like, I feel like they're coming to the end of their lifespan with the company. When the company will get rid of them, I don't know. I did drive a truck that was like 350K plus miles on it, so I'm not sure what their rotation is like. I never asked, but the equipment, I want to say, is up to date. It's just used a lot more frequently in rotation with all of the drivers that's up in my terminal, that it's kind of hard to keep the truck in a perfect mechanically sound condition. So out of 10 for equipment, I would give equipment about a 7 out of the trucks. I would give the trucks about a 7 out of 10. They are definitely working on maintenance with the equipment, which I like. Only 2 maintenance guys that I recognize up at my terminal. Mike and the other guy I don't know. Both great guys, both nice guys, very approachable. But I don't know the other guy's name. I wish I would have asked him like a whole year, and I don't know his name. I'm actually gonna ask him. I'm gonna make that a mission of mine to ask him what his name is. But he's a really nice guy. They definitely, put in work. They definitely put in work and work on the trucks and fix whatever would be considered DOT, and anything cosmetic. They might have to wait, but for the most part, it's not too many cosmetic damages on the trucks. Besides some of the fins being messed up, because we do go to some very tight areas, and the U-turns that you might have to make, you could break it if you don't have the space. So they've been working on fixing the equipment. As far as speed go, your speed can range from 62 to 68 miles an hour. Most of the trucks is 65, 62, 65. Some of them is 62 on the pedal, 65 on cruise. Some is 65 on the pedal, 65 on cruise. I've driven a truck that was 65 on the pedal, 68 on cruise. It's just luck of the draw for the 68 mile per hour trucks. All of them aren't 68 miles per hour, but I know in other terminals like down in Jacksonville, their trucks do go 68 miles per hour. So I'm guessing depending on what region you're in or what area, what terminal you're out of, that will determine what speed the trucks will be. I rarely ever get a 68 mile per hour truck. For the most part, I get the ones that's 62, 65, and that's that with the speed. We did recently switch from Qualcomm to Geotab. So the company is definitely investing into itself. When I was going to make a 9-month video talking about my review on a company, and I felt like the company pays the drivers well, but I also felt like a company has to find a balance between investing in employees as well as the equipment. And I was going to comment about that, the equipment, but then the company went and switched over to Geotab. So I'm starting to see a change. Like, I'm starting to see the company evolve and change and invest back into itself and not just in one specific area. So that's definitely a plus. My company watches my videos. So this is definitely something that I want to throw out there that I see with my own two eyes, that they are reinvesting back into themselves. We now have navigation in our system, and we have Bendex, we have speed monitors, we have collision mitigation, adaptive cruise control, and the only con I can say about our trailers is the doors we have, those things could come loose easily. Like, definitely keep some zip ties if you come over here, but that's the only con I have about the trailers. For the most part, our trailers are in decent condition. So for trailers, I definitely want to give a higher rating of about 8.5 to 9 out of 10 on the trailers, on the Cowan trailers. Now, we do pull Carlisle trailers. Those are some older trailers because I do believe Cowan did buy out Carlisle, and those trailers are a bit rusty and old. So for Carlisle trailers, I'm going to give it on a 6 out of 10. But for Cowan trailers, definitely 8.5, 9 out of 10. Another thing on equipment that I noticed that Cowan does not have is their system. It's like Cowan is a little bit behind on things. Like Prime, it's kind of hard to compare the two companies, because when you come from Prime and you go to these other companies, you see that Prime is like way ahead of their time with a lot of things. So at Cowan, it's not like one of those things where you can call them up and be like, hey, I can't find this trailer. Can you give me the exact pinpoint on where this trailer is at the DC? Because DC has over 700 spots. And it takes like 15 minutes or 20 minutes to find your trailer if it's not in the spot that you were told it was in. So that's the only thing that I can say about that. Communication. I spoke about communication in my previous video. Communication has gotten slightly better, but I'm still going to give communication about a 7 out of 10 because sometimes